Mr. Chairman, Mr. Chairman.
I'm going to call Jonah Neighbour.
I move that the question be now put.
I'm going to take the mover of the Phil Twyford.
Thank you. I'm proud to be the mover and the shaker. That's right. Mr. Chairman. Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. It's appropriate that we're debating this issue in this housing bill this afternoon because the role of the government in fixing a broken housing market is one of the fault lines that runs through this House. That's right. It divides people, the left and the right. It divides the people who have a kind of childlike, touching faith in the ability of the market to fix itself, and those like us who have, informed by history and experience, a confidence that actually the powers of government can be used to do good in our community. And it is the job of government actually to make markets work for everybody. And sir, that is the idea that lies at the heart of our Kiwi Build policy and this part 3 of the Housing Legislation Amendment Bill. Now, these days the government is very fond of talking up what they call a massive building boom in Auckland. Well, just how massive is that building boom, Mr. Chairman? Currently in Auckland, 9,651 homes have been consented in the last 12 months. That means that about 8,500 homes have been built. In 2004, 12,937 homes were consented. So we are way below, 25% below the peak of 2004. If you factor in population growth, we're currently under John Key, we're consenting about 6 homes per 1,000 population at the moment. 6 homes per 1,000 per year. Under Norman Kirk's prime ministership in the mid-1970s, New Zealand was building 16 homes per 1,000 population per year. So this is so far from being a building boom, sir. I want to talk about why using government procurement, using the power of the state to stimulate the construction of new homes is a good idea in the current market. Our construction industry has been gutted of skilled labour by the boom and bust cycle that goes up and down like a roller coaster. Every time the market goes down, we lose half our skilled tradespeople. They leave the industry and often leave the country. A government procurement program like Kiwi Build, as embodied in Part 3 of this bill, would maintain the supply of new residential builds at the equivalent of the top of the market and keep it there in a counter-cyclical way for a decade, giving local New Zealand construction firms and all of the industry trades that support them the certainty and the volume to increase their production, to take on more staff, to train the 5,000 apprentices that we estimate would be needed to build the labour force to implement this policy. It would allow companies like Mike Greer, who has pioneered state-of-the-art off-site manufacturing at his Concision factory in Rolleston in Canterbury, who is using the latest high-precision digital German equipment to build high-quality homes at a much more achievable cost. These are the kind of benefits, sir, building up the workforce, employing new design and production technology to build better houses at a more affordable cost. It will also allow us to bust through the rorts and the anti-competitive practices that plague the building supplies market. I could walk into a Home Depot in California and buy treated Pinus radiata framing timber for residential construction at a quarter of the price that I will pay if I go to a Bunnings or a Mitre 10. Our building supplies market is seriously anti-competitive, it is uncompetitive, Kiwis are paying nearly 30% more than Australians for exactly the same building materials. Through this policy, sir, building 10,000 homes a year, using government procurement to do that, we can cut through those supply chain blockages and drive down the cost of building. Sir, this is how Labor will restore affordable home ownership to a new generation of New Zealanders.
Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman.
Call up more